Why did you come here?
How to respond? Oh, there was a choice waiting for me right after that text box. Of course there was. But this is an extra choice you don't get if you don't talk to Yuri. Tell her Yuri I'm here for just nothing. I was worried about her as her friend. This seems like the much more obvious choice, but we're gonna check both of these. I should just tell her the truth. That's what any good friend would do. I don't think it is. But, I mean, that, like, if you were a good friend, the other choice would have been the correct one anyway. Whatever. I came here because Natsuki was worried about you. Her head jerks up, suddenly angry. Her eyes twitches, or no, her eye twitches slightly.
Oh, so you only care about me when your girlfriend is worried?
What? No,
That's so shallow, Hallie. We're done here.
Ouch. She turns around, sobbing, and leaves. Obvious wrong choice is obvious. After the encounter with Yuri, I go back to the club. I hop out of it for some reason. Once I get there, I notice that the doors are closed and all of the lights are off. Nobody's around, not even Natsuki. Suddenly, I hear footsteps behind me. Who's there? Yeah! We both tumble to the ground. Oh, what was that for?
I just wanted to surprise you, idiot.
She's still on top of me a few seconds after she tackled me. Hey, get off me! My leg is sore now. I crawl to my feet while Natsuki jumps up quickly.
Weakling.
She helps me up with a mocking expression on her face. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Well, we should probably head home, and we'll talk about things on the way.
Natsuki and I leave school together. How was...
Oh, you can go first.
No, you can. You spoke before I did.
Okay, well, how'd it go with Yuri?
I guess I learned a thing or two.
That's good, I think. Does Yuri hate me?
Well, I don't think she hates you.
She doesn't. Well, does that mean she hates you?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I don't think she hates either of us. It seems a little more complicated than that.
How?
What Yuri said really dug into me, and I don't think I want to get into it right now. She called me shallow. Could we maybe talk about this another time? I'm just kind of exhausted by this whole thing.
Okay, sure, no problem. And, thanks again for doing that for me.
You're welcome. Thankfully, I was able to put that off for the time being. I just hope Sayori's doing okay, too. I could ask Natsuki how their conversation went, but it wouldn't be fair since I didn't dodge the topic on my end. I'll just trust that Natsuki got through to her and leave it at that. The light saves through that. Okay, there's the skip button. So I don't know if that choice will have further ramifications. It certainly seems like it would. But let's just see how it goes the other way. Yuri, I was worried about you as your friend. I came here because I was worried about you.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't been yourself lately. And I don't like to see my friends upset.
Oh, I see.
What else should I be saying? Yuri gives me a curious look as if I actually have something profound to say. Yuri, we are friends, right?
Yes, I suppose we could use that term by this point.
Well, I hope you know that as your friend, I'm willing to listen when something is bothering you.
Oh, and what led you to that decision? As far as I can recall, you haven't exactly shown me the friendliest disposition since we've known each other.
Crap, she might be onto me. I do wish I could magically come across the right words to say in this situation, because things are getting more awkward with each passing breath. I'm sorry you feel that way, but if you're willing to give me a chance to prove that I care, then I'll do what I can to change your mind. Yuri looks skeptical, and I can't blame her. Even though even I don't feel sincere in what I'm saying. Yuri sighs.
Well, if the offer is on the table, I might as well take advantage of it to air my grievances. Though I don't believe that divisive communication is ideal.
Does she mean me?
Truthfully, I felt quite irritated being stuck around you and Natsuki so consistently. The way you act toward one another, the public displays of affection, they manage to make everyone exceedingly uncomfortable.
They must have forced this to go to a second line, because there's no other reason the of would be down here instead of up here. Make everyone uncomfortable, or just you? Well, I'm sorry about that, Yuri. If you... Shut up, phone. Oh, no. Yeah, but not a lot of time. If you want, I can tell Natsuki to be a little less forward with me during club time. Does that sound like a reasonable compromise? Why did I say that? Does talking to Yuri just make me use more big words? Yuri seems to plaster a smile on her face before scoffing lightly.
You don't seem to get it, Hallie, do you?
No what, Yuri? I guess I don't. That came out sounding crabbier than I'd intended, causing Yuri to obtain a sour expression.
I believe you and Natsuki have a toxic relationship, and at some point in the future, it's going to hurt everyone around you, including yourselves. It may not be tomorrow, or the day after, or even the following week. But if you and Natsuki continue on this path of codependency, then I fear the literature club is going to crack and crumble like a dam.
She did not just say what I think she said. So let me get this straight. I saved Natsuki from her home life, I care for her, we tend to a house together, and we also happen to share some affection for one another around our friends, and you see that as toxic. Yuri scrunches her nose for a moment, telling me that I may have been on point, or that at the very least struck a nerve.
Hallie, trust me, I've seen this plenty of times in my books. When two people get attached too soon, something starts to fall apart at the seams. You don't need a second T or a third T attached.
Well, newsflash, Yuri, this isn't one of your books. It's real life, with your real friends, and this is a real relationship you're criticizing. Maybe if you stepped back into reality one of these days, you'd realize how insane you're acting. Yuri has a deep look of disdain for me now. Now we're good. She takes a few shallow breaths out of frustration, then slams her book down onto the table before storming out of the room. Once the heavy air of our tension is lifted from the library, I sit down in a chair beside me and think about what just happened. I can't believe I snapped at Yuri like that. I mean, I wasn't in the wrong, I don't think. She was saying things that were crossing a line. She has no right to talk about me and Natsuki's relationship that way. I slouch in the chair underneath me and try to find a way to relax, if only for a few minutes. Pretty soon I find myself growing weary of the library and decide to walk out. Smooth, man, smooth. After the encounter with Yuri, I go back to the club. I guess it's the same from here. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so now here's this thing. Pop, pop. Let's not skip about our bad dream, forget about it, and enjoy breakfast. Pretty sure we did this. We'll do this now. I care too much about Natsuki to let this dream stay festering inside her. I should speak up. I stand up and walk toward the stove, staying conscious of her work circle and keeping out of her way. Hey, Natsuki.
Yeah, what's up?
So, you said you had another bad dream today. Natsuki glances at me briefly, then looks around in a few other directions.
Uh-huh.
Well, I've said it a million times, I'm always willing to listen. It really seems like this was bothering you, so if you've got anything on your mind, I hope you'll let me know. Natsuki seems wildly reluctant for whatever reason. The last time she told me about a bad dream, she was having it seems like the movie playing in her head couldn't have been any worse. At least the way I interpreted it. If what she says is true, and she didn't dream about the same thing, then what could she have dreamt about that she's hellbent on keeping her silence? I can't remember what the last dream was. Also, I can't remember if you need a hyphen in hellbent, because I'm pretty sure it's not one word.
Just let me finish cooking these eggs and I guess I'll tell you.
She closes that promise with a sigh. As she says that, she finishes making her eggs and rice, then cleans up the counter a little bit, albeit rather sluggishly. Seems like she's trying to bide her time, as if I'm going to forget about the question forget about the question I asked if she takes too long to clean. Finally, she sits down with our dishes and 2 cups of juice, then looks at me. She's trying to read my face to see if I still want to know about the dream. Which I do, though I don't put pressure on her to speak up.
So, this dream I had.
I look at Natsuki and nod, ready to listen to what she's about to tell me.
So, you know I love you, right?
Yeah, of course. I love you too. You forced yourself on me. Well, I don't know if I really described it that way, but anyway.
Well, I love you so much that sometimes I have a lot of bad thoughts about us. The worst parts of my brain make me wonder if you're just dating me for my body. Or if you're just staying with me because you pity me.
Natsuki, you know that isn't.
Hallie, I know. Just let me finish, please.
I nod and let her continue.
This morning, I dreamt that you left me. For Monica.
Oh, Natsuki, I could never, in this mod, literally never. It's not possible, huh? Huh? Damn, was it that out loud?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just super embarrassed and didn't want to tell you.
Well, can I ask why Monica, of all people?
Why Monica? Why wouldn't it be Monica? She's just the most prototypical monument of perfection I've ever known. She's smart, beautiful, athletic, unchoosable, basically completely out of your league.
Hey! Natsuki giggles after my reaction to her teasing.
And something else, I don't know why, but she's just so intimidating in a way, don't you think? Like, if you were a girl, you'd be scared to date or any guy with her around, because she could just take any guy she wanted. Even you, if she felt like it.
Most of what Natsuki's telling me is pretty true, that Monica is pretty much the girl of every guy's dream. But there's one thing she said that's objectively false. That's not true in the slightest.
What's not true?
That she could take me if she wanted. Trust me when I tell you, Natsuki, there's not a single thing Monica or anyone else could say to take me from you. And you know that. You do know that, right? Natsuki blushes a bit and smiles.
Yeah, I do. I just wanted to hear you say it.
I smile back and reach over the table to hold both of Natsuki's hands. Listen. No.
Listen, I appreciate the gesture, but you're leaving me with no way of eating my breakfast.
Well, I suggest you get used to it, or grow a third arm right this second because I'm not letting go.
Alright then.
Alright, fine. My bad. After Natsuki and I finish our breakfast, she takes my dish and silverware to the sink along with her own and starts to wash them. I consistently tell Natsuki to let me help her clean up, but she always insists. No, wait, no, I can skip now. Oh, here we go. Another choice. So how many choices are we up to? We're up to 12 choices on this route? Oh my goodness. Maybe they do have 12, or not 12, 6 endings at least. Whatever. I guess I'll take her. Didn't I say a movie last time? Pretty sure we said a movie last time. No, I must not have. Roll back. Is it the same both ways? Hold the phone. To a movie. Sitting on the couch, Natsuki having just finished the dishes comes over and sits right beside me, then buries her hand in my chest. Okay, so it starts out the same regardless of your choice. Well, let's see. I could have sworn we said, like, somewhere fun last time. I can't remember now. Dang it. Stupid mod. Yeah, it's the mod's fault you can't remember, Hallie. Criminy. I guess we'll just wait until the text is new, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, you know what? To thank you for your work and you being here for me, I thought taking you out to see a movie would be a good idea.
A movie? That's kinda unoriginal.
I can't tell if she's only teasing or if she genuinely thinks that way. I also can't tell if she likes the idea or not.
If we forget the fact that it's an awfully boring idea...
Is she planning on ruining my mental health with her critiques?
You know I'm picky when it comes to movies.
That's a factor I might have not considered.
If you're willing to take the risk and I won't like it, then sure.
Natsuki once again doesn't make it easy on me. Sure. Do I even have a choice at this point? At least she seems all excited about it.
Great, can't wait to see your movie choosing skills.
I check on my phone for movies showing in the area in hopes of finding something perfect for me and Natsuki. Noticing a lot of apocalyptic movies here. Pretty appropriate considering how I'm feeling right now. I considered a few of them, but ultimately I decided to go with this award-winning American drama. Seems to me like the safest bet for something she would enjoy. I can feel that Natsuki is becoming more and more eager for me to finish so she can finally know what her fate will for this evening. Not what her fate will be, just what her fate will. Little does she know, I plan to hide it from her until we ultimately sit down in front of the projected screen.
So, what did you find?
You won't find out until later this eventing, sweetheart. Yes, eventing. Sometimes I'm amazed at how much of a jerk I can be. And the look on her face is priceless.
Alright, fine. But you'll have to do the cooking this evening.
It's either this, or I'm being sent to the gates of hell. Deal.
Great.
Sitting on the couch, we start talking about random things we saw on the internet. The weather forecast announces that the morning rain clouds will clear out by 1 in the afternoon. Perfect for our date. And for some obscure reason, my thoughts redirected to Sayori after this. I wonder how she's been doing. Well, I should focus more on what I'll be doing today. It's 11 o'clock now. Natsuki is already running around like a cat. We should do something before the movie tonight.
So, what should we do now? I can't stand waiting and doing nothing.
We can walk around the city and maybe grab a bite to eat. Natsuki's expression switches to a kind of pout. You got anything better in mind?
Not really. I guess we can do that. As long as I'm with you.
You're cute when you want to be, you know.
Shut up!
Natsuki's reactions are so easy to foresee. It's like I know her perfectly. The irony of the mod writing that. After wondering for a few minutes where I should take today's princess, we step outside with an umbrella waiting for the rain to stop. You mean today's princess?
It's cold. I can't stand fall.
Then shall I make it better for you?
Don't assume you can change everything just because you helped me once.
Just once, huh? I guess her mood really is affected by the weather. Don't assume I'll let this sentence slide without a punishment.
Well, hey, stop!
I proceed to tickle her as she slips her sides. Slips. Chaos ensues when her foot lands straight in a puddle.
You jerk! Look what happened to my shoe!
She then comes back at me with a punch akin to that of a professional boxer straight to my shoulder. I struggle holding back a pained scream while she laughs at the expression I made. Man, have you been hitting the gym, Knots? Me too, tease.